Happy Friday. It's about 8:30. Typically on Fridays, you know, I love my 9 a.m. Pilates class. It is my favorite, but I told you, we're in the middle of a Mercury in retrograde, dumpster fire, wrapped in a hurricane, expecting a tornado, getting swallowed up by a black hole. The movement is for effect. You're welcome. It was a stressful day yesterday, hence the vlogged on Wednesday, didn't vlog Thursday, now we're vlogging Friday, because I'm using this as an excuse to stay focused, to stay busy, and to do something fun. Because I figure if I do something fun, it'll keep me busy, and idle hands or idle minds or whatever the saying is, that means like stay busy or your mind will wander. I left you guys on, I'm so violently unprepared for my income tax appointment. And I was. And I rolled up there and I was like, hey, Todd and Pat, this is my crew. Anyway, show up. And of course, I'm in a room where my accountant is like me. He's like the fun, the warm, the fuzzies, the let's be fun and do something unpredictable and out of routine. And then there's like Parker and Todd, my financial planner, and my husband. And they're both like bad news, grumpy bears, logic and literal, black and white, robots, no feelings, you know? So it's always very interesting to see that dynamic. So I showed up and I was like, you know what, cards on the table, I'm unprepared. What's new? I have no idea, just big piles of receipts. Are they sorted? Yes. Do I have all my 1099s? Also yes. Do I have all the other paperwork you need? Yes. Is anything added up and totaled? No. Can I do it while you guys talk? Okay. I showed up and I was like, I am super unprepared. Maybe we need to do an extension. This is kind of what's going on. Etsy threw me for a loop. I don't know if this is going to change anything. It's going to make it super different. Like, I honestly, SOS. And Pat was like, well, you know, show me what you got. And so I did. And I was able to walk out and do my taxes. And of course, I owe Uncle Sam money like I always do. But I do quarterly payments. Do you guys do that? So I do quarterly payments. So at the end of the year, or rather, technically it's the end of the year, but really it's the beginning of the year because it's almost April. I only owe a little bit, because I've already made those previous 4 payments, which are bull in my opinion. I'm like, I'm working so hard. What are you doing? Why do you get my money? And you is, you know, the ominous big man that we don't know where our money's going. Anyway, so I thought, because I feel absolutely crappy. Oh, hold on. Did I break it? Okay. I thought because I feel absolutely awful and crappy that we could do something, I don't know, unrelated. Like, let me share my left-handed scissors with you guys. Why is Roomba so loud? She has like a whole other side of the house to vacuum, but she's like, oh, the lady's home, so I am going to vacuum right outside of her studio and stress her out even more. Okay, so our friend Miss Nina. Miss Nina reminds me of Miss Joanne. You know those people that like stick around no matter what? That check in when you disappear, that worry, that care about you. Like when I say, why do I live in a lefty world? And she sends you lefty scissors. Like, this is foreign to me because I'm used to right-handed people's scissors. Oh my God. If you are left-handed, you know that feeling of when you're trying to guess where you're actually cutting because you get the slope of the blade as opposed to the actual blade? Why don't we have left-handed scissors just available? You know, like some people like hot sauce. It's available at every restaurant. Other people, they like cream in their coffee or sugar. Some people don't, but there's always an option. Why can't we have the option? And these are so sharp. Look at how thick this cardboard is. And then, what? And they're red, so like I'll literally never lose them. I don't really lose stuff, and when I do, I'm really hard on myself. So Miss Nina, if you guys knew the kind of day I had yesterday and the kind of morning I've had today, I just took the boys to school and I'm like, don't know what to do with myself mode because Parker's out of town. You guys remember I told you Randers just decided to go off to school out of state without consulting with anyone, despite what all our recommendations were. We're not going to tell her what to do. She's an adult, you know, but we're like, well, you know, College is expensive. So if you saw the last vlog, we were talking about it. This weekend is the Come See the Campus tour or whatever. I think you're fully charged, buddy. It's like a Meet the Campus. So Parker is on a plane right now going out of state until Sunday night. I was like, of all the weekends that this event took place, it had to be this weekend when I like really need you emotionally, but also for safety. You know, it's, you guys, like, I don't need this kind of Jerry Springer life, you know? I'm too old for this. A little bit of an update. I went to Ulta the other day and I got myself 3 goodies and I want to share them with you. I got the NYX Lip IV Hydrating Gloss Serum. So this is a gloss serum, but it's supposed to stain your lips. I'm a little bit on the fence about it. It reminds me of, you guys remember those Buxom ones that I used to like that everybody hated so much that they got discontinued? They got discontinued because I love them, let's be honest. But it was like a lip stain. When you put it on, it felt sort of like a wet gel. And then it would disappear. But if you layered it, it got darker and darker and darker. It was my favorite. I love that thing. I'd put it on and I'd do 2 or 3 layers and that was it. It'd be on my lips for the rest of the day. I thought this was going to be like that. The texture reminds me of it, but it's a little more subtle. Like it doesn't stain as much as I thought it would. I'm not sure this is a stain. The hydrating gloss serum is how it's packaged and promoted, but I've seen a few girls on the gram talk about it being a stain. Did it stain my lips? A little bit. I was wearing this on Tuesday when I got my hair done, which we're not going to talk about right now because I need a shower, but they're talking about how it's a stain. I don't see it marketed as a stain anywhere. So it stained my lips sort of, but not as good as an actual lip stain. Okay, the other thing I wanted to get is the Tarte Shape Tape Blur. This is a concealer stick. I don't want to get into the drama behind this concealer stick. Like, I really don't. I wanted to try it because Shape Tape is my life. Shape Tape Ultra Creamy. I went through my Shape Tape phase and then I aged suddenly and then it was ultra creamy because it doesn't dry out my under eyes. And so I figured if it's under the same, Daniel got an Apple Watch and he keeps texting me drop off, but I don't know what he's asking me to drop off. Like he doesn't finish the message. I'm like, what did you forget? And so I'm like scouring the whole house. I'm like mid panic. Like, what does he need me to drop off? You know, I am taking him lunch today. Like, he wants Raising Cane's for lunch because his birthday was yesterday. Yeah, it was his birthday yesterday, and it got completely derailed by someone else in his life. And so it's been a really stressful time, so I'm trying to keep things really normal, really kosher, but like, what do you need? Yes, baby, of course I'll drop it off. What is it? You know? Shape Tape. I saw a new item added to the Shape Tape line. I was like, I want to be a part of it. Is there a lot of product? No, this is a really small concealer, but it's nice. I've only used it once, so I can't really say yay or nay yet. What I will say is having an exact skin tone concealer in a stick form is a very useful makeup tool for those days that you want to get ready in a pinch. And I mean, you're not actually doing your makeup, you just want to look a little less dead. A concealer stick is amazing because it's semi-dry. You don't have to wait for it to set like a wet concealer. You don't need any tools. You apply it on your face and with your warm fingers, you kind of bump it out. And it does a really good job at, I would show you right now, but I want to do stuff to my face in just a second. It does a really good job at just making you look less imperfect. I got the shade, hold on please. I got the shade Light Medium 29N. I actually went in store, which is very rare for me, and swatched them because I had 3 shades in my cart. And I don't know where this mentality was. Like, I'll just buy all 3. At some point in the season, they'll work. But that's under the assumption I'm actually going to like the product. So I was like, Dani, you really got to chill. After your taxes appointment, you don't got 3 concealers at a time kind of money, you know? They were giving a free brush with purchase of this, which this brush is nice. It's a bamboo handled brush. It's a dome shape and it's like semi-dense. It's not super dense, just a little dense. Loving it. I used it when I used the concealer and I'm totally in love. I am capable of change. I really am. But sometimes I slip. And when I slip, I get products that I say I'm not going to get. I got the Milk Hydro Pro Gel Grip Gel Tint in the shade 5. It's like my exact skin tone. So if I get a little tanner, it's not gonna match me anymore. But I swatched it in store and I was like, I understand. I understand. Okay, so I have to bring Danielle lunch around lunchtime today. And I thought before that, since I wanted to jump in the shower and get cute, and I have to kill time from now until 9. So at 9 o'clock, I have to call somewhere really important. I thought we could try something that is probably not the best idea. I'm fine. I'm trying to use humor to cope with an otherwise yucky situation. It's just tough. You know, when you're going through in your family, you can't sweep it under the rug. You can't push it off until later. You cannot just, I'll deal with it. Like you can't do that. It's like forefront of your everything, what you're worried about, what you're thinking, like you forget to eat, you really can't concentrate on things. So right now I'm trying my best to just really stay present in the moment, enjoy what I'm doing, do a couple of things that are going to distract me, but also make me happy. So this could actually blow up in my face. We are finally going to do the lash tint and the eyebrow tint. Why am I doing it now that my hair is lighter? Because this is how I am as a person. Like, it doesn't have to make sense. Okay, I think we are set up. Why am I doing this right now? I have no idea. Like, why did I think this was a good idea? Also, I have no idea. We bought the Ariana lash and eyebrow tint months ago with the whole intention of doing a lash tint and a brow tint. Did we do it? No, we didn't. And it's still kind of something I want to do. Like, I hate buying stuff and then not using it. I am a little nervous because I'm going to Daniel's school to drop off his lunch. So if it blows up in my face, this could be really bad. I saw a reel from somebody that I follow, and she was like, following advice from my hairdresser has changed my life. If you use a men's mustache or beard tint on your brows, it saves you 10 minutes in the morning from actually doing your brows. And her brows look great. So I'm thinking maybe we could do like one thing at a time, like do brows and then maybe do lashes. Because I'm not sure if I'm going to have enough time to do both before 9 o'clock. The longer you leave the tint, the darker the results will be. Fine, we'll do brows first. There's no little tray. Is there a tray? Is this the tray? Maybe this is the tray? Okay, it says pea-size amount of cream developer. We're just going for it. That's about a pea, right? Pea-size amount. And then it has both black and brown. I'll do black with my lashes, but brown sounds good for like, you know, my brows. Oh my goodness. Oh, hold on. Can you see that? That looks about even. But then how do I, should I use it has a two-sided brush, like an angled brush, then a spoolie. I bought disposable spoolies, so I thought we'll paint it on with the angled brush. And then we will comb it in with a spoolie. I am so nervous. Goodness gracious. It's looking kind of caramelly. I'm not sure if it's caramelly in a good way. We're about to find out. Okay. Pray for me. Let me do the edges first. Since that's the darkest, or rather, it's what I want to be the darkest because it's currently the lightest part of my brows. Does that make sense? So the longer time, I want it to be on the tail ends of my brows. The cool thing about something like this is that it makes me talk less and focus. No, is that there's a lot of really small baby hairs that we have, a lot of really fine fuzzy hairs, and oftentimes you can't really see them because they're so light. So with something like this, you're tinting something that you can't really see, so then you're actually gonna see it. I presented that like I was gonna change your life with that fact, and then it was like logic, you know? Underwhelming logic, you're welcome. So I'm kind of working backwards. I don't know why I'm acting like this is a tutorial because I've never done it before. So do this at your own risk. Hopefully it is not a bad idea. I'm working from the tail to the center, and I'm working tandemly with both brows. I haven't plucked my brows in a little while, so I have a lot of stray hair, so it could be a little confusing for me as to where I'm going to apply it. I thought it smelled, but then I thought I was smelling something, but I don't actually smell anything. I don't know why I'm not moving my mouth like I'm doing my mascara or like my lip liner. Oh my gosh. I mean, this is my face, you know? Like, could you imagine getting like real life stuff done and you roll up somewhere that you need to be super serious and determined and smart, and you're like, Groucho brows. Are they straight? I guess I'm not so worried about how it's gonna dye my brows, because that I could always fix. I'm worried it's gonna stain my skin, and then I'm gonna have to walk around with crazy stained skin for the next 4 weeks. Can you see every time I put my hand in front of my face? Echo, 10-minute timer.
10 minutes, starting now.
Okay, what do we think? So that's fully saturated with the tint. I did the P drop of the developer and the tint. I wonder what I'm like putting it on my face and I don't even know what it is. Like, is it henna? Like, what is it? That's all I have left. I decided not to go on the spoolie because I'm worried I might push it out of the way and then accidentally tint the skin that I don't want to be tinted. I'm also worried that it might be one of those products that develops even after you wipe it off. You know, like you remove it, is it going to continue developing? That kind of makes me nervous. So that's what we have at the moment. I'm really happy with the shape that I came up with. I went a little generous with the shape because I figured it's always going to look darker, kind of like when I get my microblading done. It gets really dark and then the scabs fall off and then it disappears, but then it comes back. So I'm hoping something like that's going to happen. I'm a little worried to do the eyelashes, if I'm honest, because I blink a lot. My eyes are massive. Like, I'm a little sloppy with things, and that's like my eyeballs. But if I decide to do it, we'll do it after I take this off, and we'll do the black. Because, like, can you guys tell? I have hella lashes, and they're super long. But when I don't put on mascara, I don't look like I have eyelashes. So right now that I have light hair, tan complexion, thanks to the tan, darker brows, I really want to make sure that my eyelashes don't get lost. However, I might have to just end up doing mascara every single day for the rest of my life, and that's okay. I'm just gonna have to live with that. I'm going to wipe off this fancy tray. I think it's a face shield. Doesn't it look like a mascara shield? I don't think it's because it does come with disposable like shields for your skin. I think that's what this is. But it said there was a little tray in here to mix. I'm thinking it's that. Who knows? Maybe I did it the right way and I'm just overthinking as per usual and derailing the train for no reason. So we're gonna put away our brown. We're gonna put away the developer. I'm sure this smells. Maybe something's off with my nose because I keep getting a whiff of something. I just don't know if it's this. Should I rinse it or do I just wipe it? Any stylists out there? Is 10 minutes too long? Because it says 15 minutes max. And I set a 10-minute timer, but that was after my tails had already been on for like 5 minutes. What do you think? There's 4 minutes left on the timer. You know what? YOLO, right? You only live once. Whatever. If the train is gonna derail, let it derail for real, completely. Not me, the eyebrows. Everybody relax. You guys know how we've talked about how I collect all the trash on Thursdays, but like Thursday blew up in my face. Hopefully like not how these eyebrows will. I didn't do it yesterday. Do you want to see me collect all my trash again? I'm replacing the bag today. I know. It's because I didn't do it last week, not because I like to do that. I know you guys are Team Parker. The vast majority of you were like, I take all the bags out. I don't. I don't. Are you a grocery bag user? You reuse them? You put them in your small bins? I do, but I ran out, so we're using these. These from Gain. Happily disrupting my endocrine system. Just kidding. Okay, I'm getting nervous. Yes, I am wearing a jacket over my pajamas. That is, in fact, how I dropped off my kids at school. If you don't do that on occasion, are you really parenting? I'm getting nervous because it's tickling me. And by tickling, I mean it's like kind of like tingly. And it's like full on developing. It looks dark, but I'm confident that it's probably gonna leave an orange residue behind. So we're gonna wipe off. It says cotton pad, water, wipe off, but it says to go like this, not like this. You ready? Oh my goodness. Oh, ew. That was like a kiss of tint. Right? I'm gonna have to do like a side-by-side before and after of like when I started. Hey guys, I'm gonna do this with my eyebrows. I'll insert a side-by-side so we can see. Let me finish cleaning these up. Okay, if we do a side-by-side of like the before and after, how I look before the tint versus after. I can right away tell the tail itself is already darker than it was. But it is like really subtle. Almost not satisfying. I was really expecting a horror show, let's be honest. I really, honestly, I was expecting a disaster, like a horror show, some like Oompa Loompa brows or some Groucho brows. But I'm happy to report that I will still be able to function for the rest of the day. I'll shower. Oh, that's, okay, let me see up close. Maybe you guys are, it looks different. No, it is like super subtle. So maybe the 15 minutes are where it's at. You know what I think? It might be one of those things where like the suggestion is 15 minutes max, but like, because we're talking about all hair colors here, from blonde to the darkest black. So I wonder if I can do it over, like on top of it again. Like I really want to. Okay, what I'm gonna do is jump off, go make a phone call, come back, and we'll try it again. Hey you guys, your bestie's back. Does it look more developed? I can never tell because the viewfinder that I see myself in is like the size of my pinky. Like that's how big it is, maybe this wide. So I can't see what you guys are seeing, maybe on the full screen. But in the mirror, they sort of look darker. I really want to go darker, you know? I want to go full on Madonna in the 80s and 90s. So we're going to do it again. You know what? This is how you learn. That is one of the things that I like about myself because it gives me good results, but also sometimes is risky, is I'm brave, you know? And I was talking to the boys this morning before they went to school, and I said, you know what a mantra is? And they didn't know. And so I was like, a mantra is something that you repeat to yourself to make your heart and your mind feel safe and feel comfortable. I said, my mantra is I am brave. Don't you guys hate being like very emotional? Because when something is stressing you out, most things make you more emotional and then you get puffy, but it's fine. Like this is part of being an adult, you know? We can do hard things. And I know that sounds so cheesy, and that's what I was trying to explain to the boys. They're at that age where they're like, Mom, that's corny. No. They say cringe. That's cringe. So I was telling him this morning, do you know what a mantra is? I think we should all pick a mantra for ourselves. My mantra is I am brave. And something that I have told myself since I got divorced is I am brave. I am brave. I can do this. I am brave. I can do this. I am brave. And at the beginning, it feels so ridiculous. Like, what the hell? Like, okay, repeating this stupid sentence, is that really going to do anything? But if you guys remember, we've talked about this in the past, your mind cannot discern between a lie and the truth. So if you tell yourself you're a loser, your brain hears that and they don't know, and your brain doesn't know that you're just being facetious. Your brain doesn't know that you're just having a bad day and you're just beating yourself up to kind of scratch the itch. Your brain can't tell the difference. So it's like, I'm a loser, I'm a loser, I'm a loser. The body keeps score, you know what I mean? So I was like, my mantra has always been, I am brave, because I feel scared a lot of times. A lot of times, my most common feeling is fear. And this is just between us. I didn't tell the boys this, but for me, the feeling of safety is something that was super foreign to me. I mean, very foreign. But I didn't know that that's what it was. I just knew I was hyper independent. I was focused. I was getting stuff done. But I didn't know that all of my behavior was out of fear. So my perfect mantra for somebody like me that hasn't felt safe is, I am brave. I am brave. So I was telling them this morning, I was like, do you guys want to pick a mantra? Something that when you're feeling yucky or nervous, or maybe like you don't know how you're feeling, or all you know is you feel kind of wonky or something's weird. Like, what is something you can repeat to yourself that can help you feel you're going to be okay? And Daniel's like, I got this. And I was like, yeah, you do, buddy. He's like, no, that's mine. I got this. That just made my whole morning. They never prepare you for adulthood / parenthood, like that combo. How are you going to manage to be responsible for parenting, doing the everyday routine, showing up for your kids, being a wife, but during really hard times? Like, how do you manage? Like, what's your plan? Do you know what your plan is? It's some stuff you really don't put thought into as you grow up, as you get older, as you get married, as you become a career person, become a parent, get remarried, get divorced. When something really big happens in your life, how are you going to handle it? Because the other stuff doesn't fall off your plate, right? It just adds to it. So when your ball juggle gets real complicated, what's your plan? Do you have a plan of action? Do you have a mantra that you're going to say to yourself? Do you have a priority list? Like, what is something that you could take off your plate so that you can continue to be successful in the other avenues? Because I can't turn off being a mom. I can't turn off being a wife. I can't turn off finding an income to support my children. But there are some things that you'll have to sacrifice, like going to Pilates at 9 o'clock this morning, or shutting down my Etsy for a week just to get my ducks in a row, because we all know there's squirrels at a rave. What's your contingency plan? Have you thought about that? Where are areas of your life that you can turn the volume down just for a second to give yourself enough grace to catch up? It's really important to have that conversation with yourself. I know it sounds, what's the word? Pessimistic, like you're preparing for the worst. But honestly, it's just being prepared. So important to just be prepared. Hey, if something really stressful were to happen, do I have an area of my life where I can trim the fat? Like, is there an area in my life that I can just turn off for a little while until I figure things out? Do I have a partner that can pick up my slack? Because emotionally, it's just too much for me right now. So it's very hard for me to be experiencing something very stressful post finding safety. I'll explain it. So meeting Parker, I learned what safety was. I learned what unconditional love was. And right now that I'm going through something really stressful, I'm so dependent on having him now, and he's out of town. So I'm like, okay, but I have those tools in my toolbox. I had them for years. I just got to dust them off. I got to dust them off, and I got to use my tools. I have my tools. I got this. I'm brave. I'm brave. I got this. I'm brave. I got this. One of my stupidest tools, vapid tools, silly tools, is getting myself ready. is making myself feel pretty, is doing something like fixing my hair, putting on my makeup, wearing a cute outfit, putting on perfume. It's how I found you guys. I know, right? It's like we're getting super corny. We're getting cringe. We're getting cringe and in our feels, but one of my best tools when I am feeling like the world around me is falling down and I can't stop it is to get pretty. When you say it out loud, it's so ridiculous, but the amount of strength that it gives me is indescribable. That's how I found YouTube. That's how I became successful and created this community. I say successful, like, you guys know my interpretation of success is not like being viral or making millions. It's enjoying what I'm doing and being able to do something to contribute to my family and this world, to feel like I'm doing something that matters. So when I was going through the thick of it and through this secret and silent suffering, I found YouTube, and YouTube helped me find my pretty from the outside in, which is kind of oxymoronic, right? They say you got to find your pretty from the inside out, and then the outside doesn't matter so much. But when you're feeling so sad and so helpless and so like, this is bad, this is bad, this is bad, feeling pretty on the outside and you catch yourself, it gives me strength. And I don't know why. Maybe it reminds me of my mom. Maybe it makes me feel confident, which I struggle with confidence. But feeling confident, feeling pretty, like, it gets me so much closer to the finish line. Isn't that weird? Like, psychologically, I wonder what that does or what it means or why it is that way. But it gets me closer to the finish line. And I thought it was something kind of cheesy, kind of cringe, kind of beautiful we could talk about is, do you have a contingency plan? And I know there's like, we have emergency evacuation plans, right? Like if the house is on fire, God forbid something, a hurricane or a tornado or an earthquake happens, you have a plan, right? With your family of where you're going to go, where you're going to hide, where the batteries are, you know all those things. Do you have an emergency evacuation or contingency plan for when something emotional, like emotional emergency is happening? What is your emotional emergency contingency plan? What is something you can turn off, figuratively or literally, to really give yourself the grace you need to find your strength again, be brave, and get through this challenge? Like, can your partner step in and make dinner? Maybe your partner can help you take the kids to baseball. Or you can, I don't know, call your Pilates gym and say, I'm going to have to put you guys on hold right now because I don't have the time. Do I think turning off exercise is a good idea? No, because we already know that when I do Pilates, it exercises my brain. Sure, it's exercise for my body, but it exercises my brain and it slows down my thoughts. So it's not something that I'm going to turn off indefinitely. But right now, when I'm schedule dependent on getting stuff done before my boys come back, like, yeah, that's going to be the first thing to go. But what is yours? Like, maybe a support system? Are they on call for you? Do you have a support system? I have been so blessed that thanks to baseball, I have found 3 moms that would go to war with me. And recognizing that is bittersweet because I haven't had that in the past. So it's just so important. It's so important to have similar people in your life. Like your best friend, probably more helpful if she's a parent, so she understands like the stressors so that you align on things, you know? But I'm terrified my eyebrows are going to be very black because I'm distracted at the moment, but I'm also very confident that it's going to look good. We're going to be like in our Madonna era. Okay, you guys, so that's going to be your homework for this vlog is, what is your emotional emergency contingency plan? I was going to say emergency, but that makes it sound even more stressful. Name it whatever you want. I'm getting some water with my Groucho brows. But what would yours be? Like, do you have one? You might even have one. You might even have one and not know that you have one. And that would be really cool because now you have a name for it. You're welcome. But what is yours? Like, what's your plan? when something gets really stressful and crazy, because hiding in the pantry and eating Cheetos and sobbing is not right. It's not okay. Okay, it is okay for like 5 or 10 minutes, or do it in the shower like all normal people, okay? But do not let yourself get so far down in this hole that you can't pick yourself up. Should you do it? Absolutely. I am a firm believer in a mental breakdown, as long as it doesn't hurt anybody, involve anyone else. But if you need to break down to rebuild, girl, I will bring the shovel or whatever you need. What is that thing called? Where you like break it down. I'll bring the wrecking ball, actually. If you need to break down, but pick yourself up with the same amount of energy and enthusiasm that you broke yourself down. Pick your back up like a phoenix, okay? And that's what we're going to be working on. So hopefully Parker is having a great time where he's going. Hopefully it's smooth sailing for him, because the last thing that I want is to know that he's also having a crummy time. You know, we're a team. He's my partner. He's my rock. He's my anchor. He's not here right now, but I know if I call him, he'll stop what he's doing to pick up the phone, to come home, to do whatever. At least if one of us is having a good time, that's all that matters. So we finally found out what Daniel was asking me for, his homework. I don't know where it is. How do I feel about my brows? I don't think they got any darker. That's a little underwhelming. Okay, I'm gonna clean this up. Let me go see if I can find his homework. Because he's like, can you drop it off? Can you drop it off? Can you drop it off? I'm like, no, I can't drop it off, but I have an idea. What I can do is, first of all, I need to find it. Second of all, I can take a picture and email his teacher, or he can just wait until I bring it during lunchtime. It is exactly where I thought it was in the very first place that I looked. Oh boy. Hopefully his teacher can read it. So I am going to email this over to his teacher. Then I'm going to take a shower, get ready, and then I'll check in with you guys. Hopefully my brows continue to develop just a little further. Oh my God! They look great, don't they? Do they look great to you as well? Do you see what's over my shoulder? I have officially gotten to that age where I am too old to buy cheap Zaful, Shein bathing suits online. Like, I can't. I just can't do it anymore. It was fun, you know, to get those fun, cool, exciting, colorful bathing suits for $12. I can't do that anymore. You know, there's too many loose body parts. There's too many dents, divots, and dimples on my body. I need the good stuff. So I got a couple of bathing suits to try because none of my bathing suits fit. And you know, what's funny is I'm not complaining. I'm actually embracing my body. What I'm complaining is that my clothes doesn't fit. But when I look at myself in the mirror, when I get dressed, I like my body. Like, I'm happy with the way I filled out. You know, I filled out finally. I've always been super skinny. I filled out. So I don't dislike the way I look. I don't like being uncomfortable in my clothes. So like, pool season is a fart away and I have no bathing suits that fit. So that black bag that you see over my shoulder is a couple of bathing suits that I bought to try on, and I'm conflicted because they could turn my day around or they could set it on fire. Anyway, I'm gonna go email this and I'll check you later. Bye. There are very few things that I regret posting on the internet. In fact, you'll have to give me a minute for me to come up with something because it's my job and it's what I do. And I don't think I have many regrets in this life. I may regret showing you this, but remember when I was telling you I have some bathing suits to try on? I was feeling very vulnerable and I thought to myself, if I put these on and they don't fit, it will derail my day. I would much rather derail the vlog than to like derail my day. Does that make sense? So like if I were to have prefaced this with, all right, you guys, we're about to try on the bathing suits. Let's get into it. I'm so excited. And then I put them on and they don't fit. There goes my day, because there goes my job and there goes my mood. The other way that I had it set up, I could have just eliminated the part where I show you the shipping bag behind me. I caved and I tried it on. You guys, I'm feeling vulnerable, but also at the same time, I'm like, did I finally find a bathing suit with formed cups that fits my flat-chested, perimenopause 40-year-old ass? Yes, I did. Oh my gosh. I'm so excited. Okay, I'm about to put this on the internet. Get ready, everybody. I'm wearing underwear, okay? I'm putting on this underwear with my underwear. You know how they do the little protection thing? Like, I don't know who's tried this on before me. I ordered them online. It has a sticker, but I'm still wearing my underwear. They kind of blend in though because they're yellow. Does anyone else like fun colored underwear? Let's do it. Okay, so these, you want to see the current state of affairs? For, you know, you that are just walking in here, you're like, yeah, I mean, that's a 40-year-old body. It's no big deal. What is she talking about? My body's changed, but we're embracing it. You know why? Because I have boobs now. This is so exciting. Part of my weight gain has come up here. So now I can wear, my bra's all crooked. Now I can wear a bikini top like this. Okay, half of it is padding, you know, but look at, the coverage is kind of, you're welcome. It's like a graham cracker. The coverage is a little, you know, cutesy. It has a strap. I think it's a strap to go over the neck like a halter top. I don't think it's double straps. This is from Victoria's Secret. It's from their sets that you get 2 top and bottom, or 2 bottoms or 2 tops, whatever. 2 for, I want to say $50. Isn't that color fun? You guys, is this a good idea? Because I'm not tan, I'm in a towel, and I'm also in a bathing suit online. I mean, I feel great, and I wanted to share with my friends. You know what also looks great? Those brows. Okay, let's change. Okay, I like this one more. And as much as I love the other one, imagine how much I like this one. Look at that color. Oh, it's all padding. You're welcome. Any other like itty bitty titty committee ladies out there need a good shaping? Like, here's the problem. When I get a bathing suit that has inserts, it looks like I don't have boobs and I have inserts. I need a bra that is shaped with the inserts. Does that make sense? So like the foam has to be shaped into the bra. The actual bra is the shape. Then it looks like a gift. The inserts, those betray my life all the time. Okay, so I got mediums in all the bottoms. I got a medium in this top. And then the bra, I think, is a 32D. There's a 32D. How cute is this? Doesn't it look like fancy resort? So these tops, the bra itself is shaped. You can't pull inserts out of these, okay? So everything you see is part of the bra. And I love the rouging or like the cinching because it camouflages the fact that it is a foam bra. And then look at the little embellishments it has, like little gold details. Like I said, these are from Victoria's Secret. The chartreuse color one and this one are from the 2 for whatever. I think it's like 2 for $60 or 2 for $50. No more than $60 for the set or whatever. You can mix and match whatever styles you want. They have a lot of different types of tops and a lot of different types of bottoms. They even have like the cutesy, for those of you that still have the perfect young butt, the cutesy cheeky thong, whatever. But this color is just, it's elegant, you know? It's like air wrap hair elegant. Okay, this one's a little risky. I don't mean physically, I just mean because it's not padded. My mission when I began to like recognize none of my bathing suits fit, this is my new perimenopause body, I'm really struggling with like this transition in my life. Not in life, just learning my new self. You know, why do I feel this way and how can I do better? And I just want to be a great wife. I want to be a great mom. I want to love myself again. And it hit me, you know, when I started doing YouTube. I started doing it because everything else felt out of control. What I could control is how I felt about myself. What I could control is what I would do with myself, with my face, with my fashion, with things that cheered me up. So I took that same perspective now that I am in perimenopause, that we're having these trials put through, like we're being put through fire right now, and it doesn't feel nice. It doesn't feel nice to go from feeling insecure, feeling scared, feeling terrified, feeling traumatized, then to feeling safe, and then starting to re-feel those scary feelings again. I feel out of control, meaning I can't control what's going on. So how can I manage? What can I do? How can I show up for myself and then in turn show up as a mom and as a wife. So beating myself up by putting on clothes that doesn't fit me anymore, beating myself up by not getting answers for why I was feeling crappy, beating myself up because, you know, my jeans are uncomfortable. That's not the answer. The answer is to find you're pretty from the outside in. So it was a really important realization when I opened my bathing suit drawer, because I mean, it's one of those drawers where you open it and it explodes. I'm still holding on to some bathing suits that I loved so much that I used to wear before my explant. Just because the memories, or because I felt cute in them. I'm not that person anymore, you know, like that's not me. I'm a new person. This is a new season in life, so I need to meet that new season accordingly. So I thought, I really want a crochet bathing suit. This one's a little bit risky, but I put it on, and here's a funny thing, is it took me a while to really embrace my body post explant. And now with my like perimenopause weight gain, I'm really enjoying it. There are no filling stuffers, padded, nothing. Like, I feel this great in it without any padding. Imagine if I put some cutlets in there. Like, do I want to though? Because I already like how I look. So the other ones that I showed you were on that deal, the 2 for, we're just gonna, you know. This one is not. This is like a collaboration with a designer or something, like some kind of special line. Beach Riot with Victoria's Secret. So this is a fancy bathing suit, but it literally did exactly what I was hoping it would do, which is make me smile when I look at it. I love crochet, but I also really like the brightness about it. But you can also tell it's a lot smaller. The yellow that you see peeking out, that's my underwear. So it's gonna be sort of this is gonna have to be like a grown-up bathing suit when we go to Cancun. But look at how pretty it is. And you know what I noticed? Like my explant scars are peeking through, and like it doesn't bother me. It's who I am. It's my story. Could you imagine going to Barnes & Noble, picking up this book you really wanted to read, but you rip out a chapter because you know that's a chapter like that you want to change the story. Like that doesn't fit, so I'm gonna rip that chapter out and I'm gonna pretend it never existed. That doesn't make sense. This is a chapter in my life, and so I'm like, okay, well, they're there. They could be worse. Can you see them? No, I don't know. I feel great in this bathing suit. Here's the scoop. It's 10:30. I overshared as per usual. Hopefully there was a little sprinkle of inspiration in my overshare. That is the reason that I overshare. I feel it's a way to connect with people and to maybe help others feel seen, but also maybe it's something others have been thinking, or the best times, or maybe it's something you haven't thought about. You know, like maybe it's something that you've felt, but you haven't put into words. So get yourself a new bathing suit, stop criticizing your body, stop beating yourself up. You know what? Bodies are beautiful. All bodies are beautiful. Bodies change. Sometimes the things we do to our bodies make us sick, so we have to make a hard decision. And sometimes that turns into a few-year journey to really embrace the new you, but it's still you, and your body shows up for you guys every day. Could you imagine having like a best friend that shows up for you every day? Hey, how are you today? Hey, and you're like, shut up, you're ugly. Hey, I was thinking about you. Let's be strong. Let's go for a walk. I don't want to hang out with you. Hey, oh my God, you know what? We should really go have a snack because it makes us happy. Don't. You're fat. Like, if your body was an external part of you, like something that you interacted with, like another little person you interact, would you treat it the way, or would you speak to it the way that you speak to your body? I don't think so. That really helped me like change my perspective. I hope you guys know that when I complain about my weight gain, or when I talk about my tummy, it's joking about perimenopause, because in some ways it's like, you know what, if doctors aren't gonna tell us about it, I'm gonna share it with you guys, and maybe it's gonna explain why you've suddenly gained 15 to 30 pounds just in the center region of your body. It happens. You know what? Love your body. Be nice to yourself, okay? My thighs touch now and I'm embracing it. Maybe you go from your thighs not touching to your thighs touching. Maybe you go from, I don't know, being a size 8 to a size 12. Maybe you go from, I don't know, struggling to find jeans to now you really can't find jeans. So you know what? Buy leggings. there's always options. You know, there's always going to be obstacles. This morning, you guys, I woke up at 4, not because of hot flashes. I woke up at 4 because I've been really stressed and I couldn't go back to sleep. And then Parker left really early. I think he left at 4:30 and I couldn't go back to sleep. And I was afraid. I was having this moment where I was really afraid. And I thought, I'm brave. And you got this. You literally always got this. And the moment that I gave it to God and I said, I am really afraid right now because I don't know what's going to happen, but in the past, it always works out. I'm giving it to you right now because I need to go back to sleep so that I can be a good mom and a good friend. And I fell asleep. I fell back asleep. It was such a beautiful healing moment. Give it to God, you guys. Give it to a friend. Don't carry the weight on your own. Get yourself a new bikini. Don't put it on the internet. That is only for the brave. And I am brave.